What's going on, everybody? We're back at it once again here in the garage at Midnight Run Creations. And got the exhaust stuff back on the stunt truck, and the mirrors are on it, and the wipers are on it. And then had to do an oil change on the boss's car. Happy wife, happy life, as any of you that are married or know, for any period of time. So, this golden gal, this rough granny. Yeah, there we go. Maybe we'll call it the green granny. We'll call it green granny. The granny apple. Ooh, the granny apple. There we go. This is the granny apple. I think in the last video I mentioned something about it called like the green bean or something. So the customer wants to call it the Grinch, but we're way past Christmas time, so he can call it the Grinch if he wants to. But for this video series, we're gonna call it the granny apple because it's all green and old. So 71, 72, I can't remember. I think 70, yeah, either 71 or 72. Ford truck, once again, going on a full Crown Vic chassis. I think it's a 2006. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. 2003 and up are all the same and stuff. So, but yeah, so we got some definite different stuff going on with this truck. One of which I think I mentioned in the last video is part of it is the Stainless Works headers and back system, header and cat back system, I think is what it is. I don't know. There's too many stuff. But anyway, so as I said, headers are on. Had to jack the motor up to get the driver's side to go on. It was a royal pain in the ass, and they're loads of fun. So as I said, I don't know how in the world you do this when it's a Crown Vic that's in. I tried to look on YouTube. There ain't jack squat for videos really on it. They're all sound clips and all that kind of stuff. Or I paid so-and-so to do it, which I understand why. Because they suck. They're not fun. Just like most all headers are. They suck. Unless you got some kind of like crazy custom thing like a Dodge on the other side over there where you have like nothing in the way of anything, and plus it's an LS and everything's easier in life with an LS. So anyway, I digress. So yeah, we got the headers on, got the cab slammed down on with my front cab mounts. And so we got the little fun additive here. On this truck, the Granny has a tubular rear cab mount. I wanted to try out a kind of a new style, new design. So this one is actually a tube with feet coming off that the cab bolts come through and stuff on. So I like it. It's really nice and slick. So we have to do our cross bracing back here, just a little bit of it. Nothing super fancy and crazy. The other... Da, 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 da. Oh, look at that. What is that, boys and girls? That's right. That is a manual transmission. That is more specifically a TR 3650 out of a 2001 Mustang. Customer wants to go manual swap on it, so we got that all in. It actually was not horrendous. So there's a whole kit system and stuff onto it. There are, like, unlike the headers on this, on the Crown Vic, with the manual swap, there is like videos galore, Gonga stuff. There's some really good ones out there that just go step by step on how to do everything and stuff. It's amazing and stuff. And with doing it like this, of course I did it before I got the cab put on, so had freedom of everything, no restrictions on room like you do with the Crown Vic and stuff onto it. So I should have made a video onto it, but I didn't. I just was getting things rocking and rolling, getting going on it so we can get some traction and room going, or progress. But it's got so of course you have to swap out the the flex plate for a flywheel, and then get your clutch and everything onto it. We did have to had two hang-ups right away while doing it, one of which was the fact that the boxes and the kit, I don't know if it's a full kit, the customer got the stuff, but we did not have flywheel bolts. Of course, I had the flex plate bolts, but the flex plate bolts are a completely different length and stuff because the flex plate is a whole lot thinner. So I had to order up flywheel bolts. Of course, none of the regular auto parts stores have them. They're like a quote-unquote Ford. It's a Ford part. So, of course, the dealers are wonderful to deal with when you don't have a VIN and make and model and all that kind of fun stuff. So, got those, start getting things together, getting the clutch and stuff put onto it. Customer got a performance clutch. Ended up getting, I guess there is a difference between having I think it's 10 or 10 and a half to having an 11 or price for, anyway. So there's a standard size and then there's a bigger one. The customer got the bigger clutch, which has different clutch bolts to it than what that were all came together with the kit. Again, kit. I'm saying kit loosely because I don't think anybody. Well, ADTR.net does. You can get a full kit from them. They have a couple or a few different options on manual swap kits. Yeah, they have a few because they have a couple for the 5-speed and they have one for a 6-speed as well too with it. So kit is kind of correct. But anyway, so the items that were got for it. So like I said, the clutch bolts were the wrong one, as well as the dowel pins were the wrong ones. So I had to get the correct size ones. That was fun talking with Ford too, because again, they're just freaking punch stuff in a computer people, and yeah, they just don't have the info and stuff. It's just the days are gone where you can call the parts people up and they know stuff about cars, and maybe they might know stuff about like a freaking Civic or some stupid crap like that, but nothing like this, which you think would go because it's a Mustang. Like I said, it's a 2001 Mustang manual 5-speed transmission. So you think I could say that, and this is what I'm doing, and they would be, yeah, okay, you need this and that, but no, we need a VIN and all this kind of crap. So anyway, sorry. As you can tell, it was insanely frustrating and stuff. So basically, I have to look everything up myself. But so got that. Got the new clutch fork in. Got the new throwout bearing, or whatever you want to call it. Again, that was another fun part to deal with the parts people figuring things out. So got that stuff all in. Had to change out the yoke that's for the transmission that slides in. So had to change the yoke out. Also had to change the U-joint out because the U-joint is bigger on one side and smaller on the other side, so it can tie into the bigger yoke for the correct splines for the transmission, and then also connect to the shaft of power conversion, also known as the drive shaft. And then the final thing is this. So you can either have the drive shaft lengthened, or I think I saw some kind of video where you can get the drive shaft from a Ford Ranger, I think it is. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't really know. But anyway, so the kit came with this cool spacer in here. Also came with the bolts, which are like standard head bolts instead of being the goofy ass... I don't even know they're not even here, but the bolts that go in for this are like the multi-spline head and stuff. Not the hex head, but the multi-spline that sometimes are kind of a pain in the butt to grab a hold of, and plus the room and stuff in there. So this was cool because you could just put a normal wrench onto it, and they're nice big headed bolts and stuff, so you could get the torque down and stuff onto it, because it's kind of cool. All the instructions, that has a torque rating for it. Of course, all of the bolts for the flywheel, the flex plate, all that kind of stuff, everything you bolt on has torque ratings and stuff for it, and they're actually pretty easy to find, so you don't have to worry about that. Again, there are videos that, obviously not this swap, but putting a manual transmission in a Crown Vic and stuff, which would be really interesting to do. So this itself is going to be interesting. We've always talked about manual on one of these. My dad, talking with him, I mean, a manual makes everything fun. This isn't high horsepower. These Crown Vics are like 225 horsepower or whatever. Of course, this one, as I said before, customer's going to put a supercharger on it after he gets it back from us. So we'll be setting up with fuel system and everything to go with that. That's the other fun thing, is supercharger. So it'll be even more fun. But even in stock form with a 225 horsepower, I mean, you throw a manual behind this and geez, you're all over the place having fun and stuff. It just makes for a rad driver. Go check out YouTube, watch the videos of the guys that have done this with the Crown Vic. It's wicked, it's cool. One of the other really awesome things is, I should have done all this when we had it apart, but that is the transmission cross member from the Crown Vic. It's the factory one. So really cool. Again, there are videos up the wazoo for this, but it is the standard one. Again, most of those guys, they have to take that cross member out so they can get it all cut and notched like it's supposed to, because you actually have to notch it, because so obviously, which is weird because obviously the transmission is shorter than what the automatic, the 4R70W or 4R75W. It's obviously shorter because you have to put this cool spacer in there. But the mounts for it actually sit way back, the little mounting spots for it. So you have to notch out which would be the front, so towards the engine, towards the tranny side, you have to do a little notch out on it. Again, there's videos up the wazoo, but they have to drop it. I was able to do it all in place because, again, Crown Vic swap. This whole cab was not even on here and stuff. So yeah, super cool. The transmission mount, like the physical rubber mount, is the same mount for the automatic, so that bolts up right to it. So pretty cool, actually. Very, very cool. I don't know why they never made a Crown Vic with a manual. That would have been just sick. Probably because police officers wouldn't have known how to do it themselves. But yeah, So that's in. Rocking and rolling. So next up, I think is fuel system. That's right. From going with what we did off the build. So that's the other thing. I guess I could just do a whole rundown on this. So as I said, manual transmission swap, check, got that. Supercharger, which the customer will be doing that once it gets back to him. I'm not messing with that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll do turbos on one of these days. Probably won't be a customer build. It'll probably be something I build and either have a shop truck or sell. But anyway, so supercharger. Stainless Works headers, check, got that. We will have we're going to be using the Holley Terminator X. I think it's the Max one. I don't remember. I think so. Holley Terminator X Max, same as what is on the blue truck, will be on this too to run all the engine stuff. So bye goes all the Crown Vic stuff, and don't have to thin wiring and all that kind of fun stuff with it. So we'll have to get sensors because it doesn't come with some of the sensors, as we found out with the blue truck with Smurf. So Granny will have to. So Granny's getting that. The Holley, it'll have a cool digital gauge cluster, not a Dakota digital, but a full-on like Racetronics type of thing, like you see in a lot of the LS stuff. So we'll have that, and then obviously we'll have to do a custom fuel system like the Smurf needed as well too, with the tank. I don't remember. It's up there. I don't know which one it is. I think it's like this. I want to call it the Suburban style because, again, as you guys know, I'm a Chevy guy at heart. So it'll have the Suburban style tank that'll mount in this general area here. Ooh, let's put it right here. I'm sure the customer won't care. We'll just put it right here. That way you can just fill right here. But yeah, so it'll go back here, right behind the axle. And then we'll have AN lines that will run up and boom, bada bing, into here to the fuel and stuff. Speaking of fuel, you'll see when we go through it, but just to note, it's going to have an E85 sensor in it as well too. So it'll be able to run either or. It'll actually sense it, and it can calibrate and all that kind of fun jazzy stuff with it too. So I'm going to use the Crown Vic on master onto that booster and stuff, like we usually do. Anything else fun and fancy? I don't think so. There's other stuff that are kind of in the works with it, but we'll see once we get rock and roll and stuff, whether we've got time and funds and all that kind of stuff lies, because I ain't cheap. So things cost money. So we might move on to some other stuff. I know the customer has some interior components, dash pad and seat cover and kind of fun stuff like that. So we might dive into that stuff, but we shall see. First, we got to get it all together and get it running and stuff. So yeah, so I think tank and stuff, doing the fuel system would be the next big thing to go with, because it was a hassle on the blue truck. Luckily, it's kind of two waiting this because I wanted to I know we were using a lot of the stuff on the blue truck on the Granny, on Smurf truck, on Granny, so on the Granny Apple. So I wanted to get that stuff taken care of so that I knew what needed to be done with this and what we needed and stuff with it. So yeah, so it's rocking and rolling, getting faster at this kind of stuff, tearing down and everything. So we're rocking and rolling, keep checking in, and yeah, working on the Smurf. So just rocking and rolling and doing fun stuff. Working on the Dodge every once in a while in the middle of the night for that too. So might pop over there today and do an update on that one too. So anyway, later guys, subscribe and like and all that kind of fun stuff. Hit me up either on here or through my email, perrytech05@gmail.com. Hit me up. I'm on all the Facebook pages too for the Crown Vic swaps and chassis swaps and stuff. So hit me up. I sell the front and rear cab mounts, steering linkage, brake booster assembly, front bumper mounts. So I offer a lot of that different kind of stuff. In fact, I should probably do a video showcasing all of that fun stuff, as well as obviously do customer builds with these, as well as other builds too. Like I said, that's the Dodge sitting on a Crown Vic chassis. So I can do it all. I love it all. Work with some really good people that help me out with getting stuff done. So yeah, so we got. So catch you legs later. Thank you very much. Later.